Greetings, everybody. It's Keira Gillett, author of the Zarya Fear series here. I am excited to continue our storytime adventures together with the next on the Fairy Wand series that I wrote as a kid. This one is entitled My Own Plan, written and illustrated by Keira Gillett. And the fun things on our plan is get the wand, wish for Dina, my dragonfly, bring the wand back before Mom finds it missing, pretend you didn't take it, don't tell anyone that Dina is back. Don't show a guilty face. When you want to play with Dina, say you're going to a friend's house. Tell what time you'll be back. And that is our plan.
My Own Plan, written and illustrated by Keira Gillett. This is a story about the fifth littlest fairy of 17 children. His name is Trevor. Trevor's parents are Sprinkle and Tom. Sprinkle has this most wonderful magic wand, but it needs fairy dust. She's been trying to get to the store, but each time, one of her children has taken the wand before she could go. First it was Sparkle, then Teddy, and next the twins, Sierra and Sarah. Trevor was found in a pond. He jumped in after riding around on a dragonfly. Nearby, on a small rock, was a little towel to dry himself off. At that moment, Sprinkle and Tom were walking by the pond. They were thinking how good it would be to have a new little fairy, and there he was. How fortunate it was. Fairies are born when a child or a mommy or daddy does good deeds. One fairy is born for every child's good deed, and 2 fairies for a mommy's or daddy's good deeds. So Trevor was born when a child did a good deed. Maybe it was you. Sprinkle and Tom thought he, the little boy, looked like a Trevor, so they named him Trevor. Trevor wanted to bring Dina, the dragonfly, home and keep her as a pet. Sprinkle gave Tom a look. Parents always do that for some reason, but Sprinkle's look meant, you tell him, Tom, that a dragonfly needs room to fly, so he can't bring Dina home for a pet. Tom knew that Trevor would be very sad, so he told Trevor he could visit Dina any time he wanted, as long as he told them he was going. Now Trevor is an obedient little fairy and did what he knew was best for Dina. He gave her a hug and told her everything would be all right. Dina understood what he meant. Off went Trevor, Sprinkle, and Tom to their home. Sprinkle and Tom are a king and queen, but they don't want to live in a castle. The house, or should I say cottage, has 18 bedrooms. They have lots of room for all their children, and still have room for a guest. The best thing about being a fairy mother is that fairy children are full grown at 16 days old. So it's not as hard to be their mother as it is to be your mother. Trevor has been getting fed up with Sparkle, Teddy, Sierra, and Sarah. He's tired of them bragging about their adventures with the wand. All he can think about is planning his own adventure with the wand. What would he do with it? What would you do if you had the magic wand? The first thing I would want is for my mom and dad to let me fly with Dina anywhere I wanted. It would be great fun. The only problem is I don't have the wand. Sigh. Do you suppose Mom would mind if I had the wand? I know where it is. It's in her jewelry box. I think I'll ask Mom. So Trevor went off to find his mom. She was busy sweeping the porch. Now, you know his mom wouldn't let him use her wand, but she was so busy she was only half listening to him. So when he asked her if he could take her wand, What she heard him say was, "Are you taking your wand?" And since that is what she was planning to do as soon as she was finished sweeping, you know what she said. Yes. So off he bounded to get her wand. He hurried into her bedroom before she changed her mind, because he had a suspicious feeling that she answered too quickly. He had been sure he would have to beg for it. Of course, when he begged, his mother never changed her mind. She was probably a lot like your mother. Trevor took the wand from his mother's jewelry box. Holding it in his hand, he thought carefully, should he make his wish inside the house or outside the house? Should he make the wish he had thought of earlier or something else? Darn! He wished he knew what to wish. Uh-oh. He had the wand in his hand when he wished that. And you know something always goes wrong with this wand. Before you knew it, the wand sizzled and popped, sparked and spratted. The wand was trying very hard to figure this one out. If the wand could talk, it would have said, "I wish you knew what you'd wish for too. This is just too hard for me to figure out what you would wish." So the wand thought, if I were a little boy, what would I wish for? Would I wish for a train to ride on? Would I wish for rollerblades to skate with? Would I wish for my very own tennis court? The wand really didn't know. This was a serious predicament. And the wand is saying here, oh dear, what am I going to do? My, what was the wand to do? I know, said the wand to itself. I'll do all three. Now, this took just a split second for the wand to think all this. All Trevor saw was the sizzling and popping and spritzing. And you know, something always goes wrong. All of a sudden, Trevor was wearing rollerblades on a tennis court pulled by a real train. Oh, good gracious, what a mess! Meanwhile, imagine Sprinkle's surprise when she saw Trevor riding around the backyard on a train. You know, don't you, that she knew he'd taken her wand, and she knew that she hadn't listened to him when he'd asked for it. It was kind of fun. Maybe she should join him. Sprinkle left the broom on the porch. I've done enough work for today. She hurried across the yard and jumped up the train steps. Soon she and Trevor were playing tennis. It sure was funny. She had on shoes, and he had on rollerblades. All afternoon they played. By evening, the whole family had come out to watch. Trevor began to get hungry. So he and his mom decided they would just go in for supper, and that's what they did. While they were eating, the train disappeared because the magic was all used up. But do you know, Trevor didn't even mind. He was so tired out from his wonderful day. He had to admit, he thought it was the best adventure ever because Dinah had come on her own to watch him play. It didn't matter that he couldn't ride her. They could still be friends, and he had plenty other things to do that were fun. Before you know it, he was fast asleep, and Dinah was in his dreams. Mom was so tired, she put the wand in a really good hiding place. She couldn't take many more days like this one. She took a hot bath, kissed all her kids, and hopped into bed. Little did she know that Sassafras had seen her put the wand away. Sassafras felt like having her own adventure, but that would have to be another day. And you know, that's another story. Good night.
Thanks everybody for joining me today for story time. Next up will be Sassafras Tries to Help. I hope to see you there.